I heard some rumors online a few weeks ago about Brian Braddock, who's also known as Captain Britain, maybe showing up in the next Spider-Man movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They haven't officially said if it's true or not, but the rumor might have made the comics, where Captain Britain appears, more expensive. And you know what else this rumor has done? Well, the makers decided to bring a full-fledged feature film on this uncanny superhero. And to know about the juicy details and the first look of the movie, you have to stay tuned till the end of today's video. So, are you ready? Let's get started. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has already started the Phase 5. It all begins with the new Ant-Man movie, where they introduce Kang the Conqueror and Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock will show up in future movies for sure. But sad news, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the last time we'll see that superhero team. So we're saying goodbye to some awesome characters, but we're also going to see some new and amazing characters from the comics. Marvel Studios works really hard to introduce new comic book characters before they start new stories. And guess what? Captain Britain could be a perfect addition to the universe. But here's the big question. Is Captain Britain joining the MCU, and who will act as him? Well, the multiverse saga has now started in the MCU, and it looks like Captain Britain might join this world. Brian and Betsy Braddock might come into the MCU in the future. Some actors who could play the British superhero were Anya Taylor-Joy, Maisie Williams, Henry Cavill, Orlando Bloom, and maybe others. And now finally, we have the face of Captain Britain. If Kevin Feige gets what he wants, the next actor to play Superman on the big screen could soon become the protector of Great Britain. Our reliable sources tell us that Marvel is interested in having Henry Cavill take on the role of the mystical hero Brian Braddock, also known as Captain Britain. If this happens, Cavill would first appear as Brian Braddock in the 2024 film Captain America: New World Order. Henry Cavill has already shown interest in portraying Captain Britain. Shortly after the release of Marvel's Eternals, The Hollywood Reporter conducted an interview with Cavill. They asked him which Marvel character he'd like to portray. The star of Man of Steel made it clear that he didn't want to choose a character that was already being played. He said, "I have the internet and I have seen the various rumors about Captain Britain, and that would be loads of fun to do a cool modernized version of that, like the way they modernized Captain America. There's something fun about that, and I do love being British." It's logical that Brian Braddock would be introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe during this current era. He has close connections to the X-Men, having been a regular member of the early incarnations of the spin-off team Excalibur. Additionally, he's one of the few non-mutant heroes to spend significant time with a mostly mutant hero team. Furthermore, his origins are deeply linked to the multiverse. Another source tells us that Marvel is thinking about having Henry Cavill play a role in the Captain Britain Corps. This group includes various Captain Britons from different universes. Since the multiverse would be a big part of the upcoming Marvel stories, it would make sense to introduce Braddock's character now. If Henry Cavill, or someone else, plays Captain Britain in Captain America: New World Order, it might show a big change in that superhero story. Captain Britain's superpowers come from magic, and until now, Captain America stories didn't really talk about that part of the Marvel Universe. The last two Captain America movies and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier were more about spies and secrets. But there have been magic heroes in Captain America movies before, they just didn't go deep into it. Even though we didn't know it at the time, Wanda Maximoff was in Captain America: Civil War in 2016, and she has mystical powers. Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther also started in that movie. Now let's have a sneak peek into the character of Captain Britain. In case you're not familiar, Captain Britain is a British superhero who fought for justice in the British Isles and beyond, kind of like Captain America, but British. He's one of the most famous British superheroes in Marvel Comics. At first, Brian Braddock was just a physics student until he had a motorcycle accident that nearly killed him. While he was in a bad way, two mysterious folk showed up. Merlin, who's from another dimension called the Otherworld, and his daughter Roma. They gave Brian a choice. He could die, or he could pick either the Amulet of Right or the Sword of Might. Brian went with the amulet, and it turned him into Captain Britain. When he was Captain Britain, Braddock had some amazing powers. He was super strong, really quick, had lots of energy, and could make a shield that kept him safe from getting hurt. At first, his powers came from another world connected to ours through a portal in the United Kingdom. This meant that the farther he went from Britain, the weaker his powers got. In the beginning, he wore a special necklace called the Amulet of Right and could fly using a special stick. Later, he got a new costume with the Union Jack on it, and it made his powers even stronger. Braddock's dad, Lord James Braddock, made a computer called the Mastermind, but it ended up causing the deaths of him and his wife, Lady Elizabeth Braddock. Braddock has an older brother named James and a twin sister named Betsy. She's famous as the mutant Psylocke from the Uncanny X-Men. Captain Britain first showed up in a magazine called Foom in September 1976. That same magazine also had a sneak peek of Miss Marvel. I think one of the best spin-off comic books from Uncanny X-Men is Excalibur. It's about a group of mutants from the UK led by Brian Braddock. The original Excalibur team included Captain Britain, Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, Megan, and Rachel Summers, who is the daughter of Scott Summers and Jean Grey. This comic series is special because it's funny and creative. It will be amazing if they make a movie on this. Now that Henry Cavill is no longer playing Superman, fans want him to join the Marvel movies. This picture shows why he could be a great Captain Britain. A new digital art by the digital artist Rahal Arts shows Henry Cavill dressed as Captain Britain, a superhero. The picture is impressive and shows Cavill in Captain Britain's outfit, standing ready for action in London. Also, the artist Subi Ozil made another new art where Cavill is wearing Captain Britain's costume. Subi Ozil shared the picture on Instagram. Looking at these two fan-made arts, it's clear that Cavill would make a great Captain Britain. Since DC is not keeping him in their movies anymore, Marvel could benefit from having him join their team. The actor doesn't have any current commitments with DC, and he also left his role as Geralt of Rivia in Netflix's The Witcher. Now he's free to work on other big movies and TV series. He's getting ready to be in a show based on Warhammer 40,000 for Prime Video. Fans who love Marvel movies hope he can be in the MCU, which keeps growing. In the last few weeks, there have been lots of guesses about Henry. Many people thought that the Marvel bosses might want him to act as one of the important characters who will soon appear in the MCU. Some news even said they asked Henry to consider playing either Captain Britain or the main bad guy, Doctor Doom. But now we're sure that he is the best fit for Captain Britain. But if Henry Cavill becomes Captain Britain, he might do more work with Disney. They want him to play Brian Braddock, and they also want him to be the bad guy Hades in the live-action Hercules remake. That means he could be in a few Disney movies and get paid for it. Now we have to wait for the new Captain America movie in 2024 and the next Spider-Man movie to see Cavill in action. We hope you enjoyed this sneak peek into the exciting world of this iconic Marvel hero. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're as pumped as we are about this upcoming movie. And of course, subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss any updates on Captain Britain and other thrilling content from the Marvel Universe. Stay tuned and keep rocking!